Hello and welcome to Comfort Legacies with Faye Michelle. Today we have our lovely guest, Miss Brittney Ware, and she's going to tell us a little bit about herself, and we'll just start right there.
Hi, I'm Brittney Ware. As she said, I am a mom of three. Um, I am described as a Jane of all trades. That's the name my mom kind of gives me because I
Okay,
do a little
Jane.
bit of everything. Um,
Okay.
I decided to become an author to add to the many things that I do.
Okay. All right. And so, what is the name of your book?
It's the Never Sleeping Dino.
Okay. Okay. And when did you decide you wanted to write a book?
Well, actually, I've been writing since I was about 12, 11 or 12. At that time, I was only writing the urban novels, kind of like the stuff I was reading at the time. And then I kind of just stopped writing for years, and life happened. And I picked it back up a few years ago, around like 2018, and decided to give it a go.
Okay. So, have you published those other writings?
No, I haven't. They're just sitting in a notebook.
Really? Are they
Yes.
long or short stories, or what type of stories are they?
They're actually some of them are short urban novels. It's one that's kind of near dear to me, and I might pick it back up. I more than likely will pick it back up. It's just about my life and my struggles that I've been through. Kind of why it took so long to publish my first book. So
Right, right. I understand that. I kind of in the same mode. I have them sitting on my desktop, but it's I found that starting with something, a completion helps you to get to the next goal. So
right,
I did my children's books, and now that I'm nearly done with the series, I feel like I can go back and pick it up again. So yeah.
right, yep,
All
same
right.
here. I'm like, let me get something out there, and then that way I can get a platform and
Mm-hmm. And move on. Okay,
yep.
so tell me what the story is about.
The Never Sleeping Dino. It's
Yes.
about me and my son. So that's where I got the inspiration. He's 12. He'll be 13 this year. But he
Okay.
was 3 at the time I wrote the book.
Oh
And
wow.
yeah, so it's been 10 years in the making. Yep. He was 3 years old. I was actually trying to get him in the bathtub. I was kind of tired from work and fixed dinner, and I just wanted to get the kids in the bed and go to sleep and start the day all over again. But unfortunately, it was a struggle. He was diagnosed with ADHD and ODD at the age of 3, and he's been on medication ever since. So currently,
Okay.
he's still on medication for that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a struggle to try to get him to do anything. So it literally wrote itself in my head. I'm struggling trying to get him in the bathtub, and it's just the ideas just kept popping in my head, and I just ran back in the room and jotted it down on a notebook and went back
Oh.
in the bathroom, and then I was like, oh my god, I got another part of the story. So
Oh
that's it.
really?
Wrote itself. Yeah.
Really? That is awesome. So you said he was diagnosed with ADHD and what?
And ODD.
OD? I'm not.
ODD. So
Oh,
it's
OD.
ODD is opposite defiant disorder.
Okay.
So yep, and then the ADHD, of course, is hyperactive. Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder.
Okay.
And he has a severe case of both.
Okay.
He
So how is
struggles.
he doing now?
Well, he's doing better. It takes a long time, and it's really a struggle to get his medication regimen right, and it's constantly changing as he's growing. Getting
Yeah.
taller, gaining weight. He's almost a teenager now, so it has to be adjusted quite often. The more he grows, so
Right.
it was a struggle for a long time to find the right therapist, to find the right doctor. It's a lot to deal with, and the reason why I wrote this book was to help parents, to help teachers, educators, daycare workers, kids themselves. I found myself trying to find years ago when I actually, right before I first picked the book up, he told me, he was like, I just don't know what's wrong with me, Mom. Why am I different? Why am I like this? Why did God make me like this?
Yes.
So he was struggling himself to figure out what was going on with himself. He's hearing, a lot of people not want to be around him. So he struggled with being, shunned away from friends. Nobody wanted to play with him. Even within,
Yes.
my own family, when you don't understand it or what's going on with the child, then it's hard to, tell other people. And so I just had to educate myself. I tried to educate him. I got books for him, and I just couldn't find nothing. It was like one or two books from our local library that I was
Yes.
able to find, but it wasn't really too much to try to help him understand himself. So
Right.
that was one of the main reasons why I wrote the book, and it's only the first of a whole series that I'm writing. I have a bunch of titles, and it's just dealing with stuff that kids deal with. They need help trying to comprehend and learn how to deal with their own emotions.
Right, right. I have an author who wrote a book called "Now I'm Really Mad," and her name, and it's about a little girl named Rita, and trying to keep her emotions in check. And it's a really awesome little book too. Oh wow! So looks like you have the makings of a platform that can really be useful for a lot of, like you said, schools and teachers and parents. Are you considering getting your books into the libraries?
Yes, I've actually the book was published April 6th. So every day since then I have been networking. I have been out there. I've been going to my kids' schools, their old schools in our old district. I went to their old daycare. I went to the local libraries. Like I've been trying to put it out there. I've even talked with the local news station trying to get my story on the news because I really want to get it out there. It's a
Yeah.
mental health crisis within, America,
Mm-hmm.
and especially in our kids. And if we don't save our kids now,
Yeah.
then there's no hope for the future for them. I see where, adults struggle with mental
Yeah.
illness and
Yeah.
what it can do, and just ravish their lives, and they can't
Yeah.
function as normal adults. So my goal is to get them while they're young. A lot of people, a lot of parents are in denial or embarrassed. And I've been, embarrassed. I've never been in denial. I knew something was wrong because when I was a teenager, I used to babysit and I had nieces and nephews before I started having kids. So, I've been around kids and I
Yeah.
knew something was wrong when he was about 1 year old. I
Really?
didn't, yes, I didn't seek help until he was about 3. And that's when I couldn't handle it anymore. It was out of control. So that's when I decided to seek help from doctors and get a diagnosis and see exactly what was going on.
So, what kind of signs did or symptoms were you experiencing with them?
So when he was about one and a half, it's kind of something that just switched in him. He was just very, very active, very hyper. He wouldn't sit down, work anything. I mean, you couldn't sit any cartoons in front of him, even to eat. He didn't want to sit down. He was destroying things. Whenever we
Hmm.
went over to somebody's house, it was kind of that, oh God, here he comes. And
Hmm.
I would have to pay for, people things that he would break and tear. He didn't get along
Oh,
with other children his age. And as he got older, it's just got worse. And I mean, he was just very destructive, spit on people, throw chairs and tables and kick and scream. Um, he wouldn't go to sleep. He was just like up all day, all night long. It was
wow.
a real struggle.
Really, really. Oh, wow. Sorry to hear that. Now um, he can put all of those things into a book and boost his self-esteem,
Yes,
and
yes,
that
that's
makes a
exactly
really,
the
really big
goal.
difference. Ah, yeah, that is awesome. That's awesome. I write books with my grandson, so I understand how that boosts that self-esteem and give him so much pride and have a reason. And that could be a
Yes.
great ministry for him. That's wonderful that you're
Yeah.
working with him like that. So you said your mom called you Jack of all, Jane of
Jane,
all,
yes, Jane of all
Jane,
trades.
Jane of all trades. So what is she thinking about your book?
She is excited. She's very proud. My mom and my sister and a few friends, they threw me a surprise
Oh,
party last week to celebrate. I was shocked. But it was amazing just to get the support and the love from my friends and family because they know the struggle that I've had
yeah.
with this, trying to get this book out. It was really hard. It took forever. I didn't think I was going to make it. Actually, within the week that I published, a
Wow.
lot of things happened. And I was on the verge of saying, I don't even want to put it out. I might just wait. And I'm so glad I didn't.
Okay, so how did you do your publishing? Did you go through a literary house or did you self-publish all the way through?
So I kind of self-published. I went through a J&I publishing company, and they did the illustrations. Because at that time I had already had editing done. Because I was working with another illustrator at first, things didn't go as well, as good as I thought it was gonna go, and so I had to remove myself from that situation, and I found another company. And they did the illustrations, which are amazing.
Okay.
So it kind of just makes everything pop and speak to other people. So I want to thank them for that. But after they completed the book, they uploaded it to KDP, which is through Amazon, and it's
Hmm.
a district. Well, it's actually going to be. It takes about 6 to 8 weeks to um, be distributed worldwide.
Okay, so they're going to put it on their platform to
Yep.
uh, be distributed, but it's also, you can find it on Amazon though.
Yes, yep. If you just type in the title, "The Never Sleeping Dino," it'll pop right up, and you can
Okay.
order it. It usually take about 2 days, and it'll be delivered.
Okay, so what was that experience like? You said you had some illustrators that you had to let go of. Where did you find that illustrator?
So, at the local market, they had authors sort of networking convention, and I got the illustrator through them. She actually, do good work. She's really popular. But I had, got in contact with her, and we started a contract up, and I paid her the initial down payment. But then it was like almost 2 years, and she hadn't done any work, and I had to like hound her down to get updates. And every time I did, it was, oh, I got this going on, and I got that going on. So it was
Oh,
really
wow.
hard, and I just had to come to the point where I was ready to get things going, and I was like, I gotta find someone new. So I actually went on
Wow.
Facebook and typed in Black authors, and groups just started popping up, and I joined a couple of groups, and this is how I found this illustrator.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, what was the fee like for an illustrator like her, freelance,
For the new company or the
the
old?
old company? The
It
old.
was strictly just illustrations, so it
Hmm.
was maybe around $1,400.
Wow. Wow. And you got your money back?
Yes, it took a while because she didn't even have the money that I had paid her. So
Oh, wow.
it took about maybe 4 months to get the payments back.
Oh, wow. Had you paid most of it or all of it or how? I mean,
No, I paid about
half,
half.
about
And I
half,
didn't get a chance to pay any more because she hadn't done any work.
and
She
then
had
you work.
promised to do at least the book cover so I could start marketing and
Right.
advertising and getting people, to
To
know about the book.
pre-order.
Yeah,
Wow.
and she just didn't come up with anything, not even one sketch for a character,
Wow.
like nothing. And when I got with the first company, it was professional, it was right away. I signed the contract, sent the down payment, and I had the first two sketches within a week.
Oh, okay. So, and now this was the JP. Did you call it
Yes,
JI or JP?
it's J and I Publishing.
J and I Publishing.
Yeah.
And so, um, they did everything for you then, right? They formatted, they did the
Yes, so they did
pictures,
the
and
publishing and
then
the
they uploaded.
Yep.
Okay. And what were their fees like?
So their fees were not as much. I actually paid about maybe $1,200. So it was a couple hundred under, but with this, I was able to, get the illustrations and the formatting. And, if I had any questions, they were always available, even late at night. Because most of the time I do my working, late at night, check my emails. I'm a night owl. So if I
Okay.
wrote them, emailed them at 1 o'clock in the morning, they responded.
So were that being said, that's really really interesting. Do you own your do you have the rights to your work, like the book and your PDFs or your files?
Yes, yes, I have all the rights to those, and that was a plus because when I was looking for someone, it was really hard to find someone that gave you, majority control over your book.
Right, right, right. I know some people that don't really know what's going on with their book. They just kind of gave them their story, and they just hope that when their royalties start coming in, it'll come in through them. And I was like,
Right, right,
okay, well, and that's what this platform is all about: is sharing that kind of information and knowledge. I'm not, just probing for a reason. I want people to understand that there are many different ways in which to approach writing your book, especially your children's book, when it comes to illustrating, because um, literary houses do it differently, self-publishing and then hybrids and then vanity, and there's so many different ways and traditional means of publishing the book. And it's best to like do your due diligence and do your homework, you know.
yes, most
So,
definitely, because
yes,
I did not know, at first I thought, oh, all you gotta do is write a book and put it out there, and that's that. And it's like,
yes,
no.
yes,
It
yes,
is
yes.
far from that. It is so much that you have to put into it, especially with self-publishing. But I rather do the self-publishing because I have more control. And it's just it's hard because you don't know what to do. Okay, what's next? What's next? And you really have to do your research, you really have to do your homework and figure out, what to do next. Now what? I have the book published. Now what? So you
Okay.
really have to put yourself out there and market yourself and make this your brand. If this is your purpose and your vision, like mine is, you really have to put a lot of time and work into it.
Okay. Well, I would like to see you open up the book and give us a few of the pages, show us a few of the
All
pages. I would
right.
have you to read the book, but I know that you just got oh, so okay, yeah, thumb through it a little bit. It's beautiful. I love it.
So this is one of the pages where he's
Ah,
not wanting to do something that she's telling him to do. So that's pretty much me, the mama
okay.
dinosaur, and the it's four children altogether. It's two boys and two girls, and he's the troubled
Okay.
one. So this is another image where she's pointing. She's getting mad now with the steam coming out, and he's stumping
Okay.
off.
Okay.
And this is
Mm.
another one.
Oh, lovely.
Yep. So
Yes.
she's trying to get him to brush their teeth, and as you can see, he's over here. Up if I'm holding it right, he's over there with his arms crossed, kind of mad.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So
Being
this is
defiant.
really mirroring, my life. I have three kids, but my niece, she's four, and she's like a daughter to me. So, but I didn't actually. My youngest and my niece wasn't even born when I wrote the book and had this
Right.
vision. But it kind of all works together. So this is mirroring, my life.
Yes, yes, that's awesome. That is awesome. Well, my dear, we're going to wrap it up, and I'm going to have a last question for you. Tell me, what it felt like when that book came in the mail.
Oh, it was amazing. I was excited. I was, relieved, overjoyed. It's just no way to explain to see the vision that I've had for so long come to life pretty much. I told my kids, I was like, it's here, it's published. Yeah. They
Yeah.
were overjoyed, especially my son that, it's the inspiration for. He was happy and he said something funny. He was like, am I gonna get paid?
Right.
So if it
Yes,
wasn't
no.
for me, you wouldn't have the book. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's true.
He's smart enough to know that, right?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is so
he
awesome.
is.
That is awesome. Awesome. Well, are there any final words that you'd like to share with the audience about self-publishing and your part of your journey that may
Um,
be a
I
tip
would
for
just
them?
advise, if you have a vision, you have a story to tell, do it. Just try your hardest to put it out there. Whatever avenue you go through, just try your best because you never know what your story will help with other, people, children, adults, teenagers, whatever audience that you're trying to speak to. Um, Make your vision come to life.
All right. That's a good one. Make your vision come to life. I like that. Well, Miss Brittney, I'm so happy you decided to let me interview you and share your story and your journey. It's been a pleasure, and I
Yes,
hope
thank
that we
you.
will definitely do it again. And maybe once you get all the butterflies out of the new book, you can come back and read the book on live with us.
Yes, that would be awesome. Even my next book, I even have the title. It's already written. I just gotta start the publishing and the illustrations. But I'm excited to
Yes.
get going on this and start on my next book. It's called Lunchbox Bully. Um,
Oh.
yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
Okay. So do you think it's going to be a series with your son, the same
Well,
you're
actually,
going to
no.
follow that or
The
separate?
series is called Meet the Jonies. And this is Mia Joni. So she's pretty much the focal point of the series, and it's going to focus on each child. It's four children and a single parent. So again,
Okay.
mirroring my life.
Oh,
Um,
awesome.
yes, and so some of the books are going to be focusing on the different characters within the family. So,
So
like for example,
what was that you just held up?
oh, that was the back of the book, and it just
Oh,
explains and kind of introduced the Meet the Johnny's family.
got you.
Yes, and I'm excited about it because it has something for everybody, for
Awesome.
friends, the
Awesome.
whole
Awesome.
family, even like a sick parent because I had ovarian cancer. So I'm a survivor of that, and my kids, suffered with me, even though they didn't have to go through the chemo and the surgeries and the cancer, but it affected my whole family.
Okay.
So that's another title, another subject that I'm focusing on as well.
Okay. All right. Oh, well, all right. Well, thank you so much. And we're going to say goodbye for now. And I appreciate you coming. And audience, I hope that you have enjoyed Miss Brittney Ware and her book. Say the title again.
The Never Sleeping Dino is available on Amazon.
Oh, thank you so much. And we will talk again.
Bye
Okay.
bye. Thank
Hold
you.
on. Hold